From above, the global economy looks fully connected. Trade routes stretch across oceans and continents. Capital moves across borders every second. But most places are not part of this flow. They are connected, yet rarely chosen. And once a place is bypassed, the system almost never comes back for it. The global economy is often described as inclusive. If you connect, you can participate. If you participate, you can grow. But connection does not guarantee inclusion. Many places are connected, yet still ignored. They appear on the map, but they do not matter to the system. To understand why, we need to look at how the global economy actually works. It is not spread evenly across space. It is organized around corridors, around nodes, around places where flows converge. These points concentrate attention, capital, and infrastructure. Most economic activity moves through a limited set of routes. Shipping lanes are narrow. Air routes are selective. Financial flows pass through a few key centers. If a place is not near these routes, it is already disadvantaged. Distance still matters, even in a digital world. Not just physical distance, but distance from decision-making, distance from logistics hubs, distance from financial systems that can absorb risk. Being outside the main flow does not mean being empty. People live there. Work happens there. Resources exist there. But the system does not revolve around them. The global economy does not look for places to include. It looks for places that reduce friction. It prefers locations that are already efficient, already connected, already reliable. This creates a filtering effect. Some places are pulled into the system. Others are quietly bypassed, not rejected, simply ignored. Over time, this exclusion becomes structural. Infrastructure follows existing flows. Investment reinforces existing routes. Skills migrate toward established centers. Peripheral places fall further behind. Once this pattern is established, it becomes self-reinforcing. Places outside the system receive less investment. With less investment, they remain less attractive. With lower attractiveness, they are bypassed again. This is not failure. It is positioning. The system is not broken for these places. It is simply not designed around them. Crises make this dynamic more visible. When uncertainty rises, flows do not spread out. They contract. Capital retreats toward familiar centers. Trade routes become more selective. Peripheral regions feel the shock first. These places are not less important to their people. They are less important to the system. The difference is critical. Over time, exclusion changes how places are perceived. They are seen as risky, as unstable, as secondary. Even when the data does not fully support this view. Perception shapes investment. Investment shapes infrastructure. Infrastructure shapes future relevance, and relevance determines inclusion. This is why inclusion is not a simple switch. You cannot just connect a place and expect it to matter. Being on the map is not the same as being in the system. Some places become essential. Others become optional. And optional places are the first to be left out. The global economy does not exclude through force. It excludes through indifference. By flowing elsewhere. By investing elsewhere. What remains are gaps on the map. Regions between routes. Cities outside corridors. Economies that exist without influence. These places do not disappear. But they stop shaping outcomes. They react instead of decide. They adjust instead of attract. Inclusion, in this system, is not about fairness. It is about function. The system includes what it needs, and it leaves out what it can operate without. This is not a moral judgment. It is a spatial one. The global economy is not a flat surface. It is a landscape of peaks and gaps, of corridors and margins, of places that pull flows in and places flows pass by. Understanding this changes how we read the map. Growth is not just about effort or policy. It is about position. Some places are inside the current. Others are outside it, and moving from one to the other is harder than it looks. The world may appear connected, but connection does not guarantee inclusion, and inclusion is what determines relevance. This is why some places are left out of the global economy. This is behind the map.